everybody, it's Bobby, and welcome to another edition of Fitness Friday. You know, the question has been asked, of all the finishers that you've gone through on these Fitness Friday episodes, where you talk about a great way to end a workout routine, spend 3 minutes really blasting the doors off before you go get in the car, which one is the most challenging? And which one might be more for the general masses? Because I want to make sure that I'm going to do a routine that's not going to hurt me, something I'm capable of doing, and at the same time I want to get a workout. Well, that is a great question. Those are great questions. And it's important to understand that when it comes to weight training, doing a simple body weight squat is weightlifting. You're just using your own body, the same as you would do with a dumbbell or a barbell or a kettlebell or bands or a machine. Where there's weightlifting involved, then you can turn up and down the volume with both the weight you use as well as the pace at which you perform it. So, for instance, 5-pound overhead press with 5-pound dumbbells in each hand is a far cry from doing the same overhead press, but instead of doing 5 pounds at this pace, I'm going to do 30 pounds and try to do them twice as fast. That's completely different. And so as you work through these 3-minute routines, you've got to decide on the weight that you're going to use or the variation of the exercise you're going to use and the pace at which you choose to perform it. And today's exercise, I have 2 of them. One is a lunge kickback. This is an exercise I haven't gone over before. I've gone over the lunge, but not the lunge kickback, as well as a push-up. And I'm going to talk about a variation of this that hopefully will allow the most fit among us to work out in the same class as those who haven't done a lot of exercise at all. Let's first talk about the lunge kickback. Well, we know what a lunge is. All right, I've got my 90-degree angles here, 90-degree angle back here. My back is straight. Whoosh. This is a lunge. Well, a lunge kickback involves me lunging, kicking, going back to the lunge, and then stand up again. Lunging, kicking, going back to the lunge, and then stand up again. That's a lunge kickback, all right? And what we'll do with that is we're going to do 5 of those on each leg. Ooh, I'm starting to breathe a little bit. And I'll talk about how we incorporate that with the push-ups. Push-ups, generally speaking, we want to get our hands below our shoulder sockets and keep our elbows somewhat close to the body and drop the entire body so that the thighs and the chest or belly, whichever, touches all together. Now, there are some variations. Obviously, you can do them on your knees and try to still keep your back straight. So in other words, we're trying to eliminate anything that looks like this, but try to keep your back straight from the back of your head down your legs, and then still you're going to drop the whole body as a unit. If it's impossible for you to do more than a few of those, do however many you can perform. Now, if all the way down is impossible, then you can still get some work up here, but I'd rather see a flat back and you stay up at this top of the rep than to be curved and you feel good about going all the way down. It'd be far better that you went ahead and observed good posture. Now, what I'm going to do for this exercise is I'm going to make it just a shade bit tougher, but I'm not going to do as many reps as I normally would. I'm going to put 2 yoga blocks down here, and I am going to emphasize the lengthening stage of the push-up. Instead of getting my hands to here, I'm going to go a little bit deeper. So as you can see, my chest is still going to go all the way to the ground, but going to the ground is really going to stretch out that muscle. So instead of doing, 50 or 60 reps of a regular push-up, I'm only going to do 12. All right, and experience has shown me that 12 of these, particularly when you're doing multiple sets, 2 days later when you're sore, I feel a great deal more, even if I do fewer reps, by really going down as far as I can go, than I would if I did 3 or 4 times as many, but don't go as deep. And so let me tell you what the rep count is. I'm going to do 5 of these lunges on the left leg, 5 of these lunges on the right leg, and then I'm going to knock out 12 push-ups. Then I'm going to do 4 of these lunges and 4 of these lunges, left and right leg, and then another 12 of these. 3 of these, 12 of these. 2 of these, 12 of these, and then 1 of these, 12 of these. That's going to be a lot of deep push-ups, and I should be breathing toward the end. So if you're ready, I'm ready. I've got 3 minutes and a big assignment. So here we go. We're going 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, so I've got my lunge, kick, back to lunge, and stand. That's 1. We got 5 on this leg to do. Do these with me if you can. Here's number 3. Back down. Number 4. My breath might be coming in short gasps in just a moment. And back down and up. Now the other leg. My right knee's going to touch. Kick, knee, and down. That's 1. There's 2. I hope you're doing them with me. There's 3. And 4. Getting back here a little bit. And 5. I've got 12 push-ups to do. So I'm going to spread these apart, hands right below my shoulder sockets, and try to get my chest to touch the ground 12 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Woo! 12 of those will go a long way. Here we go. 4 of these. I'm going to have to hurry. 2, 3, and 4. Other side. There's 1. There's 2. There's 3. And 4. 12 push-ups. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Good. Here we go. 3 of these. There's 1. There's 2. And 3. Other side. Kick. Down. And up. Good. And number 3. Good. 12 push-ups. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Do as many lunges as I can. There's 1. 2. 3. Excellent. 1. 2. I got to finish this last one anyway. And 3. That was my 3 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, you can always finish those to the degree that you want. 3 minutes is all I ask of you. If you want to make it harder and go longer, you certainly can. In any case, that was this week's video. I look forward to seeing you next week.